Let's talk about building a gun. It's very simple. When you download it, go ahead and go to settings, click the folder in the upper left, hit the plus sign. It'll start off as unnamed gun. Click the settings again, and then now you're in the area where you can name it. So let's name it test gun. Okay, put the barrel twist. This is very user-friendly. Mil or MOA. Sight height, I've talked about that before. Scope height, as you were. You adjust this up and down, measure center of the scope to center of the barrel, and then you can also use calibers to measure it, like we've talked about. So I'm just going to type it in. Let's say it's a 2-inch scope height. Correction factor, this is where you tell it at what percentage does your scope track, 99.5 or 0.995. Sometimes I'll learn to speak English. Go to the bullet library. Whose brand of bullet are you using? We're running a Hornady. We're going to run a 308 caliber, and we'll find the ELDX. Let's do the 212 grain ELDX. It's going to drop in the ballistic coefficient. And these are Hornady's ballistic coefficients. I have tweaked them to make them a little bit better, in my opinion. But it drops in all the information. Lot number, if I was shooting a certain lot number of ammunition, I would put that in there so I can keep track of it because the velocities change, right? So 333-213. And let's say this gun has 500 rounds, allows you to keep round count. All right, moving on, ballistic coefficient. This is where you can true BCs and underneath that true velocities. I'm not a fan of truing velocities, but if that's all you got, it's all you got. This gives you RPMs, 270,000 RPMs is what the bullet is spinning at because of the right-hand twist barrel at 8 twist. And it's giving you gyroscopic stability. Zero range, you're going to tell it at what range did you zero the gun. So let's say it's 100.1 or 101.5 yards. Sight height, talked about that. And then is it truly zeroed at 100 or are you a little bit low? You measure the distance, hit set, and it takes care of it. It also does offset. Lock it now because it's going to remember exactly where the line of sight from your scope intersects where the bullet is coming up and meeting. So this is going to give you what's called scope angle lock. It automatically grabbed the pressure from the phone and the temperature. Wind speed, of course, you're going to put that in there when you're truing velocities or BCs, the range you're shooting, so I can keep moving down. So right now, really, your gun is built. The rest of the stuff is covered in other videos. So all I got to do is go over to the heads-up display, and then there's my gun, and type in a range. Let's say we're shooting 1,500 yards, and it's giving me my 42.93 minutes. All right, if you guys have any questions, just let us know. Again, you click on the folder in the upper left, add the guns. By the way, if you want to get rid of a gun, slide it left and delete it, all right? You can't be highlighted on it, so let me click on that one and we'll get rid of that one. Slide it left and delete it. Last thing here, if you want to see all your guns, click the grid and it shows you all of your rifles and the parameters. You can email it to yourself, you can print it, you can text it. Pretty nice tool, simple to build a gun on Eagle Ballistics.